There are thousands of movies released every year. Most of them disappear. We watch them once, maybe twice, and then they fade into the background of our lives. But every now and then, a movie stays. Not because it was the biggest blockbuster, not because it won the most awards, not even because it was the best movie ever made. It stays because somewhere along the way, it found us. Maybe it arrived when we needed hope. Maybe it gave words to something we couldn't explain. Maybe it reflected a fear we weren't ready to face. Or maybe it simply reminded us that we weren't alone. The truth is, most of us don't remember movies because of their plots. We remember them because of how they made us feel. And feelings have a way of lingering long after the credits roll.
May the force be with you.
I've been in love with cinema since the first time I saw Star Wars on the big screen as a child in the 1980s. What I discovered wasn't just a galaxy far, far away. It was a world of infinite possibilities. And more importantly, I discovered pieces of myself hidden inside the stories, characters, and worlds that filmmakers created. And I have a feeling I'm not the only one. As I've gotten older, I've realized something. The movies that continue to live inside us aren't always the ones that critics call masterpieces. Sometimes they're messy. Sometimes they're strange. Sometimes they're deeply flawed. But they touched something human, and that matters. Because movies are never really about the stories happening on the screen. They're about the stories happening inside us while we're watching. That's why one person watches a film and forgets it by morning, while another carries it for 20 years. The movie didn't change, the viewer did. A movie about aging becomes something entirely different when you're 20 than when you're 50. A movie about love feels different after heartbreak. A movie about loss feels different after grief. The stories stay the same, but we don't. And every time we revisit them, they reveal something new. Sometimes they reveal something about the film. Sometimes they reveal something about us. Those are the movies that fascinate me, the ones that refuse to let go.
I can't marry a teacher. It's against the law. It is not. Yes, it is, because then he'll give you all A's.
The ones that haunt us, challenge us, comfort us, follow us home. On this channel, we'll revisit the films that stay with us. Movies about identity, transformation, power, love, loss, reinvention, envy, consumption. The stories we tell ourselves and the stories we inherit from the world around us. We'll talk about forgotten classics, cult favorites, masterpieces, and maybe a few movies that deserve another chance. Not to decide whether they're good, not to rank them, not to argue about box office numbers, but to ask a different question. Why do they still matter? Because the older I get, the more I believe that the movies we return to aren't random. They become landmarks, markers of who we were, who we are, and sometimes who we're becoming. I'm vintage, and if you've ever carried a movie with you long after it ended, you're in the right place. Welcome to 75 Vintage on Demand, because some movies entertain us, but the best movies stay with us.
Welcome to 75 Vintage on Demand.